Hello and welcome to the Katie Halper Show. Very excited to be speaking to you. We have a really special show for you today. We are bringing back onto the show because we cannot get enough of her, Susan Abulhawa, who is, of course, the Palestinian writer and activist. And we're going to be talking to her during the first half of the show. Then we are going to be speaking to Lily Greenberg Call and Harrison Mann during the second half of the show. Lily was the first Jewish person to resign from the Biden administration over its handling of Gaza, and Harrison was a U.S. Army major who resigned also over Gaza. Before I bring Susan on, though, I just want to remind everyone to please give the stream a thumbs up because we are really trying to get voices out there that are often censored, maligned, ignored. In the case of tonight, we'll see literally censored. And the good way to do that is by getting the word out, and it helps the algorithm if you give it a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe by hitting subscribe and then the bell. That way you don't miss any streams. And if you have any way that you can support the show, we would love that at patreon.com/the Katie Halper Show. Again, that's patreon.com/the Katie Halper Show. And for just $1 a month, so that's $12 a year, you help make the show happen. We literally couldn't do the show without Patreon support. And if you can do $5 a month, you get extended interviews and bonus interviews. So I'm really excited to be bringing back onto the show Susan Abulhawa, who is an award-winning Palestinian-American writer, human rights activist, and animal rights advocate. Her first novel, Mornings in Jenin, was translated into 32 languages and sold more than 1 million copies. She's also the author of the Blue Between Sky and Water, as well as Against the Loveless World, both of which are excellent, as of course is Mornings in Jenin. She is the founder of the NGO Playgrounds for Palestine and also the founder of Palestine Writes, the only North American literature festival dedicated to celebrating and promoting cultural productions of Palestinian writers and artists. Susan has been to Gaza twice since Israel launched its genocidal war on the people of Gaza. So welcome, Susan.
Hi, Katie, and it's good to be here.
Oh, great. Well, we are really happy to have you. And because Susan is, as I said, an animal rights advocate, I have to introduce to Susan and to the audience. 1 second, please.
Oh, little Floof.
This is Floof. Some of you guys may know Bodie. She's my parents' dog. And this is Floof, who's a rescue. Hold on 1 second. Oh, he's actually very sweet. He's a rescue, and he's a half Brussels Griffin and half Shih Tzu. And he's very, very, very sweet. He's a real lap dog, and he has a lot of energy, but he is really sweet, and he is like the cutest little underbite.
All right, anyway. So not to be outdone, this is Luca.
Luca, say hi, Luca. Luca and Floof, I bet they get along. They're both anti-Zionist dogs, I'm sure.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Luca, how old is Luca?
Luca's an old man. He's not too old. He's 8.
Oh, 8. Okay. Yeah, that's not too old. He looks good. He looks young. Bodie, my parents' dog, is 15 and looks really young. And we think he's 5. We're not sure, though.
Anyway. He's adorable. I love the underbite.
I know. It's so cute. And he has very soft hair. Okay, Floof, say goodbye to everyone. This is your debut. You're big time now. All right.
I love that you did that, Katie. I really
thank you.
I think it's really important.
Watching Israel kill children, women, men, men count too, obviously, although the Western media would like maybe people to think they don't. But, it's all really heartbreaking. And then on top of that, you see them shooting animals. Like I saw that they shot an animal that had I think carrying
a horse.
food.
I actually just wrote a 5,000 word piece for an anthology about animals in Gaza and what's happening to them. And yeah, they're so I ended up doing a lot of research on the matter, and there's a lot more evidence and footage than I expected of targeting horses, because there was a whole equestrian club in Gaza that had a lot of horses, and they targeted them. They targeted sheep, goats. A horse that was carrying, pulling a cart of flour. They targeted, and then of course the just the killing of like all of life. And I mean,
Right.
those the disappearance of bugs and insects and birds and small mammals. I mean, all of these things that are vital to every ecological formation anywhere, and it's just decimated all of it.
And then on the other hand, you see these people like rescuing. I mean, it's like so heartbreaking and moving too to see people like go into their houses to
Yeah.
rescue dogs and cats.
قولي ليش انقلع البسة؟
ما هيش علي فيها صراحة.
يعني مطلع البسة من وين مطلعها؟
معي من الدار، طلعت من الدار.
وين؟
كنا في المشروع. كنا في المشروع صار القذائف وطلعنا وأخذنا.
امشي طيب امشي بس يا عم امشي الحين لا الحمد لله
And it's just like sit or like making sure, trying to make sure that their pets have food and they barely have food.
That has been one of the really moving bits, is that people who are starving are literally sharing their food with strays. And there's a few animal rescue organizations in Gaza. One of the most prominent is Sulala, and they're friends of mine, and
Oh, yeah.
I talk to them on a more or less regular basis. And they've set up clinics, for injured animals. And I know for a fact that they themselves are food insecure, to say the least. And um and they don't have a whole lot of supplies, but this is what they're doing. And one of the things they told me too is that and this has surprised them, is that there's actually more people um adopting strays, and especially kids. And they're saying that it's almost been like a comfort for the
Yeah.
children to care for these animals. And so they're seeing a lot more of that, which is reassuring to me, because all of this trauma, um you wonder where that's going to go, and how that's going to manifest. So I'm very
Right.
happy to hear that, at least for some of these children, that it's getting translated into deep compassion.